Hi everybody, welcome back to Enjoying Retirement and the beautiful island of Phu Quoc, Vietnam. Today we're going to take a look at one of their pearl factories. We're going to take a look at some of the food we had, a day of spearfishing, going to go visit one of the most beautiful temples I've seen in Vietnam, and tour the night market. But first, let's take a look at where this is. There's Vietnam on the right, Ho Chi Minh City, Saigon there in the middle, and then Phu Quoc is the island that we are flying into right there. But it's important to see where it's situated. It's actually closer to Cambodia than Vietnam. Anyway, most of this video is going to take place by the airport, except for spearfishing, which is up north. Now let's go ahead and get into it. After getting settled in at the hotel, the first thing we did was catch a grab and head on over to the Ngoc Hien Pearl Factory. Now when you go there, they are probably going to let you off on the first floor, and when you walk in, you're going to be greeted by a team of folks who are going to show you how they extract a pearl and how to tell real pearl from fake pearl. Then they're going to give you a tour of their basement, which includes a whole lot of artifacts, pottery from the 15th to 17th centuries that they unearthed from the seabed. They also have a display of fossil coral from the area and some of the jewelry that they make from it. It seemed like they were trying to rush us a little bit, but just go ahead and take your time and enjoy it. They will wait for you. You're going to see a whole lot more pottery that's been recovered, and then you're going to see a conglomeration of pans from a 15th century shipwreck that are all fused together by being under the sea for so long. After this, you're going to go by the rooms where they do the lapidary work on their fossilized coral, and as you're going to see, giant petrified clams. That was the gross work before. That's the detailed work, and here are those fossil clam shells. My gosh, those things are truly giant. And then they'll show you a little bit of the work that they have carved from them, and looks very much like white jade. It is so beautiful. Well, all that was fun to see, but we are here for the pearls. So finally we get to go upstairs, and oh my, what a showroom it is. There are just pearls everywhere. Off to the right-hand side, you can see where they do some assembly of the pearls. And now we're just going to walk through and see all the selections they have. Well, there's some brooches. Boy, those are beautiful and expensive. And necklaces everywhere, all shapes, all styles. But let's take a panoramic around the showroom to give you an idea of what you can see when you get there. Oh my, we're still going. As you can see, this is the day before Christmas, so they have their Christmas tree up. Pearls come in all different colors. It kind of depends on the oyster shell inside. Now, this company was formed in 1994 primarily with the help of Japanese, and they've continued in the Japanese style of pearl development. They've been quite successful through a downturn in 95, 96, and they have not looked back. These pearls, they begin by selecting healthy oysters, and then they decide which ones they can implant an item in from which nacre will grow around and develop the pearl itself. Once they do that, it's going to take about 1 to 2 years for small pearls, the cheap ones, and about 6 to 8 for the expensive ones. There's a black pearl in there I can see converted to US dollars. It's 6,000 plus, and I think there's a few more higher. Try to make a necklace out of some of those, but aren't they beautiful? Now when you get to the back room, you can see some of the carvings that they have out of their fossil shells, but they don't want you to photograph back there, so we're done. Well, it's getting closer to dinner time anyway. We asked around and we were recommended to go to Dinh Cau. It is one of the finest seafood restaurants on the main drag as you're heading from the airport up north. And it is frequented by both locals and tourists, so the prices are a little bit more, but the offerings are very good. This was our first encounter with fish tanks. This is where you go and you select what you want, whether it's lobsters, crabs, oysters, or even shark, and possibly some pompano, pomfret, and several other types of fish and crustaceans that they have. We're shown in, very bright area, and we're going upstairs. Well, for us, we had soup, the tiger prawns with lotus root salad. And then we split a grilled snapper and had a couple of drinks. It was a very enjoyable dinner and a beautiful place to have it. As we pan around, we're going to see out the window there, and the green lights on the boats, those are the squid fishing boats. This is a major fishing port, and one of their catches are squid. So the green lights are to attract the squid up at night. All right, let's take a look at the bill. We had a wonderful meal. Even though this is more of a touristy place, it still came to less than $22. As we head back to the hotel, we are going to stop at a local banh mi place. That's the Vietnamese sandwich. You can find those all over the world now. If you take a look, those are 40,000 dong, which is about $1.60, $1.70, but let's watch how it's made. These are really good sandwiches. As they put the ingredients in, and I'm not even sure what they all are, but I know that when you put them together, they sure do taste good, except I'm not really a fan of that green stuff at the bottom right. Cilantro. Never developed a taste for it. All right, let's get some meat in it. Make sure that we have enough. She's doing a good job over there. Bringing it back. Then we get the cucumber slice. Some sweet pickled radishes and carrots. Well, this one must be for my wife because I think she's about to put that green stuff in it. Yep, that is not mine, so that's my wife's. All right, she's going to put some sauce on and take a look at this. She's going to take it over, and for their oven, they have a coal-fired cooker down there on the stove, on the floor. Hey, it sure makes it taste good, and it makes a whole lot of sense. Once it's done, she's going to bag it up, bring it over, we're going to pay, and we're heading back because we have a big day tomorrow. Well, the Pearl Factory was my wife's must-do activity, and now we're going to go do mine. We're going to go spend a day spearfishing up along the north coast. It's the north coast because the weather had been very, very windy the first couple days, and that was, he figured, the best place to go. So we're going to go up there. He provides the equipment, and we're going to have a blast. There's my spear gun. We're getting ready to go. Notice on top of my mask, I have a brand new Osmo Action 4 that I'm filming this whole thing with. 4 hours of snorkeling, the dinner, everything. Yep, a little later on in the trip, I dropped the camera in the South China Sea along with all the footage, so we're watching my wife's footage. Right there, I caught a parrotfish. Another chance I got a rabbitfish, and that was primarily my contribution to dinner. But boy, we had a good time. And a little bit of it was murky, but once you get out, you can really see some clarity and some beautiful coral. That was really fun to see after spending some time in Florida and all the coral bleaching. So we had a great time. Really enjoyed it. I wish I could have dove further, but I had a cold and I was undergoing a sinus squeeze every time I went down to 8 feet, and it just wasn't worth it. So we just did some surface spearfishing. Still had a good time. But the best time of all was at the end of it, our guide, Savage Dragon, he cooked us dinner on the beach. Oh my gosh, I wish I had the film of that alone. It was absolutely wonderful. Fortunately, he didn't rely on my catches to feed the entire group, so he brought some of his own and he put it together. Oh man, I can't think of a better day. Snorkeling, spearfishing all morning, afternoon, going out on a boat there in Vietnam and enjoying ourselves, and then coming back and have somebody else cooking you dinner on a beach. It was just fantastic. Well, I didn't get anything here, but I sure was trying. Now let's go take a look at that dinner. Oh my gosh. Look what he prepared on the beach with everything that he brought. It was fantastic and a whole lot of food. And I want to thank Savage Dragon for a very enjoyable experience and providing me the final picture of the group, because like I said, my camera's at the bottom of the sea and I lost all the footage. So thanks to him and my wife, we have something. The next morning we get up and enjoy the hotel provided breakfast, which you may recognize, that is pho. I had beef pho, I think my wife did too, and it is some of the best pho I've had, really, really good. And then we're off. We're going to go explore the city, and here is the most beautiful temple I think I saw on the whole trip. The location is just fantastic. It is called the Dinh Cau Temple, and it is located at the mouth of the Dom Dom River and the ocean. And this is right next to a major harbor with a fishing fleet, as we talked about before. And this is the area where there's a lot of rocks and they need a lot of protection. This temple is a shrine to the sea goddess Tien Ho, and the legend has it that she lived in the 10th century, and she is famous all over the South China Sea area and further. And she used to help guide mariners back home, and this is a temple to her. Fishermen would come here and pray for a safe travel and their ability to return home. And I really don't have much to say, so let's just enjoy the beauty. The temple and the lighthouse were built in 1937. Let's go ahead and take a look at that water. There we are, looking out on the ocean side, some of the fishing vessels out there. And here is the harbor and the entrance on the right side. Just beautiful. And down below this, across the street, is another temple worth going into. And by the way, they have public bathrooms back there on the right. Well, it's time for a snack and a soda, and we found this lovely cafe right along the ocean. Had our croissant and a soda. Just beautiful. Well, after an afternoon of rest, we headed over to the Phu Quoc night market. Now, this was the first one on our trip that we visited, and I just really enjoyed it. So colorful, so beautiful, so clean, so bright. And this one, unlike some others, this one is geared, I'd say, about 70% to food. They have their own aquarium restaurant here where you can, there's a shark, some hermit crabs, more shark. Yep, there is their hybrid grouper, lobster. Wow, just about everything else. So fun to see it, and oh my goodness, there's a stingray or a skate. If seafood isn't to your fancy tonight, that's okay, just keep on moving down. You know, Vietnam has some of the most colorful and good food I think I've ever seen. Just look at the way it's presented, and this isn't unusual. We're going to see wonderful food like this all throughout the night market. Look at those prawns, wow. Yep, octopus, hey, you're all set. Well, I've decided to go ahead and want to have one of those sausage-looking things on a bun. Here we go. It's actually pretty good. All right, let's keep on walking through the market and just enjoy what we see for a while. At a couple of places where guys like this were doing scroll work on the spot, customized for anything you might want to have. Very nice work. More food. Another aquarium dinner there, a regular store on the left. Yeah, let's see. They've got their pomfret up there. Lobster, yeah, oh, but look at this. I mean, this is one of the finest restaurant areas I saw in all the night markets here. Dried squid, dried shrimp. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, some more unusual things. If you want to take a look, go ahead. Boy, is that colorful, and boy, is it good. Just amazing. Come hungry. Basketry. Very, very fine work. Oreo churros. Never heard of Oreo churros. I didn't have one either, just in case you're wondering. Yep, there's your massage all throughout Vietnam. More stores that just have their front open. really convenient for the night market. And here we are, a couple booths with leather goods where you can get monograms and dangles put on, customized right there for you. There's some pearls, just be careful, they're probably not real. All right, we're going to finish this by showing you our hotel. This is the Phu Quoc Resort. What a wonderful view, and a really nice hotel. And it was only, if I recall right, about $53 a day, and I think for the first couple days, we were the only people there. All right, well, this is going to wrap up our 3 days in Phu Quoc. We really enjoyed it, thought it was wonderful, and had a great time. If you ever get a chance, it's well worth it. Get out there, visit the local people, and enjoy yourself. Thank you for watching, and as always, I am enjoying retirement.